I'm really angry right now, mainly about the election, obviously, but also about the reaction to the election, mainly from white men. Funnily enough, they seem to think that it's okay to talk down to others and tell them that they shouldn't have an opinion, and it's democracy, and you should just accept the result. And obviously, I wholly believe in democracy. I believe in the democratic process and how it's carried out, and I accept that Donald Trump was voted in, but it doesn't mean that people shouldn't be angry and they shouldn't be appalled that people have voted this way. It's not just about Donald Trump personally, although, he's not a nice person with some of the things that he says, but it's also to do with about the fact that whole communities have been isolated by this result. People of colour, transgender people, gay people. These communities are already minorities and don't get enough representation, and America has basically just voted against laws that protect these people, protect them from violence, protect them from discrimination within the workplace, and other issues that these communities have to go through. So many people say, oh, but Hillary wasn't much better. She was shady. She did this. She did that. She just ridiculous. Ultimately, she was qualified for the job. Most qualified for the job. Probably the most qualified person that's ever been in a presidential campaign. I don't think there's any doubt that these minorities would have been protected had she been president. Now, I don't even know what's going to happen. Has already said that Trump is going to repeal Obama's Protection Acts for LGBT. He has said that he's in favour of punishing women for having an abortion. He said that women that go to work emotionally stunt their children. And he has also said that he believes in electrotherapy for LGBT people. Make of that what you will. Now, some people on my Facebook have been like, well, it's not our country, we have to respect their democratic right to vote, and we have to respect democracy. Well, I'm sorry. What happens in America will no doubt affect the entire world. It has serious implications for people who have friends and family that are American, some people that are married to Americans, especially gay people that are married to Americans. The LGBT Marriage Act is repealed. Gay marriage that took place over here will not be. The Gay Marriage Act gets repealed, which I don't think that will be the first thing on their agenda, but if it does, within the 4 years, it will no doubt affect gay people may not feel comfortable or safe going to America. I know from personal experience, I have booked a holiday to America next year, and I'm not entirely 100% sure that I want to go anymore because of this result, which I know some people will be like, oh, you're being ridiculous, but I'm not. I want to go to a country that has a government that is opposed to who I am, and I know that people that live there will have the same issues, but they live there. That is where they were born, and they have a government telling them that they aren't good enough and that they are disgusting. It's not just gay people, it's black communities, other communities of colour, and also women. Women clearly have a history of being oppressed, and men, white men especially, want to deny this happening. Such a huge step back for women. We have a developed country that has elected a misogynist. And then I have people on my Facebook telling me that it doesn't matter, that we should just deal with it and accept the result. No. Where would we be if we just accepted the shit stuff that happens, women would not have the vote. Gay marriage would not be legal. There have been so many things that have been fought for over time and won, and this result is just a step back from everything that has happened over the past 50, 60, 100 years. Like, it's just, I just can't comprehend it. I can't comprehend what America were thinking. I was angry when Brexit happened. I was angry that an older generation had betrayed a younger generation and what they wanted. I am more angry about this situation because it affects so many more people. It's just wrong. It's wrong that someone can win an election, become the president of probably the most powerful country in the world, when they are openly racist, sexist and homophobic in the 21st century. It is just it. So no, I am not going to shut up about my political opinions. I am not going to stop fighting. I am not going to stop speaking out, because that is how you get change and how you rid society of injustice and discrimination against minorities. You fight.